Alrighty, hello everybody. Good morning, good evening, or maybe good afternoon. I would say good night, but that's like a goodbye kind of thing. So welcome to. I think this will probably be our first episode of the Cliffside. So just in case you don't know what that is, it's just like we're either Cliff or I are playing a game. So it'll just be the one of us. We won't both be there, but that's okay. So this is going to be a little bit different than most Civ games that you'll probably see on the rest of the interwebs, because we're gonna spice this up a little bit. So what we're gonna try to do in this series, we're gonna be playing as the Americans, and we're gonna try to replicate history, if that makes sense. So the way this is going to work is there are multiple eras in the game, like ancient, medieval, renaissance, industrial. You know, you get the point, right? In each of those eras, I'm going to designate a part of that to a portion in actual American history. So obviously in the ancient era, the US didn't exist 4,000 years ago, right? So in the ancient era, which is going to be this video's era, we're going to be playing like colonial America. So we're going to settle on the coast, right? We're going to get more cities on the coast. And if we could find some kind of cash crop, that'd be great. If we find tobacco specifically, I will be ecstatic. But, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to trade, hopefully with a foreign AI. It'll have to be on the same continent, because you can't, until you unlock shipbuilding, which is in the classical era, you can't like travel on water or trade across the water. But so we'll probably trade with the Native Americans, which are just going to probably be whatever Civ is on our continent with us. So yeah, let's dive right on in. Alrighty, so this happened. As you can see, we got a crap ton of resources, like on every single tile, except for this stupid grassland tile. What are you doing? Why don't you have anything? But yeah, I don't know, it's even got tobacco. I said I was going to be ecstatic, and, I don't know, should I scream or something? I'm going to go ahead and settle here on the cattle. So, the nice thing about your capital is I'm pretty sure it keeps whatever the amount of food is there. I could be wrong, but, I'm pretty sure that's the way it is. But your other cities don't seem to do that, at least when I've tried. And then I'll harvest this fish resource, and I'll put my, harbor there, and that's gonna be an insane harvest. What, 1, 2, 3? Maybe that might be a +5. I could be wrong, as I usually am, but this is a great spawn. I'm telling you guys, streamer luck is a thing. So if you ever just want to have a good spawn, record a video and just re-roll a bunch, and there you go. Oh, and there's the barb camp. I hate barbarians, just in general, in this game. They have ruined many a game for me. But, I feel like the barbarian clan modes makes them better. They're still annoying, right? Like, you might have seen someone post a thing, if you're on Reddit or whatever, of like, they move over like one tile, right? And there's just like 5 like horsemen just sitting there, just vibing. And it's like, what on earth? So, we're probably gonna clear these. Gonna get rid of them. I don't want to mess with them right now because I'm gonna be settling this way. I would like to make them a city-state. I think that'd be cool. But those ones, like, this is a pretty decent area, right? We got some wheat, we got tobacco, we got some spices. It's just an all-around pretty good spot. So the way I'm kind of viewing the barbarians in this game in terms of historical context is the barbarians are probably your more like very aggressive, very not friendly Native Americans that just went and burned down like the settlers and like the colonizers and stuff that went there, which like you can argue that like, oh, you know, they were settling in their spot, but it's like to go and just burn down like a village, like that's just that's just not okay, right? I don't know, we got Cuddle laws, so we can get Discipline and God King. God King is obviously not historically accurate, but our policy cards, we're gonna just kind of go with whatever we find is useful. Maybe in the later eras we'll find we'll use some more historically accurate, like, okay, during this time period, you know, like laissez-faire, or how do you pronounce that word? Right, we might throw that in there later, but so I think I'll go with foreign trade, so we can start trading with the native peoples here. Alrighty, so this is actually a very nice map. It's very open, obviously. We have a desert over here. I have never heard of this Atacama Desert. I've never heard of it. Ooh, there's Lake Erie. I live next to Lake Erie. Not like next to it. It's like an hour drive away, but I'm in Ohio, by the way. But so Lake Erie is always nice to see in these games, especially the Ohio River. And then if you play Cincinnati on the Ohio River, you're golden. You're set for the game. Alrighty. And we got Lorito. Alrighty, so that's pretty cool. We got like so even though he is South American, it's so nice to have like an actual civ that's like, you know, like a Native American type of thing. just because, you know, trade with them, you know, make friends, maybe take them over later. I don't know. What? Steal their land? What? No. I didn't say that. Alright, so our settler is done in this city. Let's see. There was a barb up there. I moved my scout, so I can't see him right now. I think I'll just try to capture this guy, and we'll move our settler south. So I'm a little disappointed that we spawned towards the top of the map, because I would have liked Canada to be up there, but there's not a whole lot of tundra up here anyways, so it's not the end of the world. We'll try to corner the scout. Kind of got my units placed. Let's see. What do I want next? Maybe I'll buy a warrior and then I'll work on another settler. We'll just pump out settlers. That's what you do in most civ games. Just pump out settlers in the ancient era if you can. Alright, so that worked out really well, and we got bronze working, so it's just fantastic. Might be able to take out this scout actually real quick. Oh, there's not a whole lot of wood, so I guess we'll go with the faster movement on hill. Do that, and this scout should die. Yeah. Boom. And we got archery boosted. Good. Okay, well, there is something down there, so that'll be interesting. I'll settle here. It's a pretty good spot. And hopefully we can clear out this barb camp, and we'll be all set to go. So it is Boston. I don't have a really good Boston accent, but you get my point. Let's see, I do need builders, so I might as well get the builder. Chances are I'll have enough gold to just buy the builder before I can actually produce this guy, but oh, you know what? I should make sure I'm working that cattle tile. So here's something that most people, so this is something that most people, I feel, like that are new to the game probably aren't recognizing, but you can go and like manually like move your people that are working. So like originally my citizens were just working this like 2 food 1 production tile, and it's like that's not helping me, right? It's just not. I'll grow faster by working this 3 food tile to get another person to then I can work maybe one of these, and then that I can swap and get that deer tile. But just something to keep in mind if you ever play this game. If I can, I'll build a wonder. It won't be historic, right? To obviously the U.S. didn't build the Temple of Artemis, or is it Artemis or Artemis? So what I was trying to say was, if I keep these deer tile, I can place like the Temple of Artemis here. Just no, not rock bands. I can place the Temple of Artemis there. And what the Temple of Artemis does is, for all your camps, you get like amenities and stuff, I'm pretty sure. So that'll be nice to have. I try to pick city-states that like were, like not super good to where if I find them, like I have to keep them instead of just like taking them over or something, right? But so I try to find. Really? Alrighty, so we're back. So fortunately we have autosaves. And it's Armagh, I think. Armagh? I don't know, it's Ireland. And look at that city though, it's like, what on earth? Bruh. I think the Giant's Causeway has like 1 on land tile and then like 1 sea tile. And since this is considered a sea tile, and this is like a lake tile, there's like a canal going through the city, and it just looks really weird. But yeah, so we did find the Irish. They're a pretty decent city state. But they might be one that I take over. But look at it this way, right? It's like if I take that over, it's like, so you know how like you know, the US is obviously very, very diverse, and like we have certain like cities that have like more of like a certain nationality, kind of like migrant or immigrant type of like, right? Like you have like the Chinatown, right? You have like the like Polish places. I don't know. Right, like you get what I'm saying. Well, he wants a delegation, so I'll take that, I guess. Right, you got stuff like that. Well, this would be kind of like the Irish town, right? It's like the place where there's a bunch of Irish people, you know? Get what I'm putting down? But I gotta be careful I don't go into this, because I did a previous recording. I deleted it because I didn't like it, but I went into political philosophy, and that's the next era, and I didn't realize it. I just kind of naturally went for that. So we want to stay in the ancient era as long as we can, or at least until we accomplish our tasks. So one of the things I want to do is I want to make sure that I kill this barbarian. I want to make sure that I can get those, like, improve those spices. Not spices. That's tobacco. I guess it's spicy, but I don't know. I've never smoked before. Oh, and we found the Aztec. Hello there. Cool. Alright, so we met the Aztec. That's nice. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say. So I would like to eventually get a religion, like found it, if that makes sense. Because then I can like choose the unique building that comes with like the holy site for like that religion. Alright, so as you can see, you can get, like, I just choose the meeting house for the, because that's the building I want to get. But you can choose like what kind of like temple building you want in your holy site, and there's like different ones. But I'd like to get the meeting house because first off, America is the one that made those, right? Like we made these very prominent. If you've ever seen like Little House on the Prairie, like the little like TV show, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? Like the little school building, it's like that thing, right? It's a school building. It's like, you know, the town hall, it's the church, you know, it's just a great building. And it's a good building in terms of gameplay too, because it gives you extra production, and extra production is always fantastic. Alrighty, so we kind of have been attacking this little barbarian camp. We'll get that next turn, and we did get our Pantheon, so that's great. So we do have Earth Goddess. So Earth Goddess gives you +1 faith from tiles with breathtaking appeal, as you probably saw as I read it out loud. We do have a couple tiles with breathtaking appeal, so I might go for it. The reason I kind of want, I'm thinking about that one is because in the late game, when I hopefully have more appeal and all that, I'm gonna want to earn as much faith as possible, right? Now I will be probably putting down a bunch of holy sites, so that might not be as... Actually, that's a really good point. I think we'll go with Earth Goddess just because it'll just help us in the late game, and even if we don't build too many holy sites, it'll be okay. I think if I can just earn a massive amount of faith, that'll be good, because there's also rock bands, which I'm going to be using later in the game. So we did finally get our builder. I might get a quarry up and running, just so I have it. So it'll give me some production. I don't have mining. I forgot. I'm a ding dong. Alright. I might just harvest the cattle then. And then this guy's gonna have to wait because we got a scout in the way. And I guess we'll start working on mining since I need that. Alrighty, so I'm back. I did a little bit of pinning, I guess. And so in the capital, I'll harvest that fish, put it down a harbor, and then put a commercial hub right here. And this is a very nice triangle that you can do with any like coastal city, and that should give you an instant +3 commercial hub. It might be +4. I don't know. I forget exactly. It'll be a really good harbor. So that'd be nice. And then I'm gonna settle my next city over here. That way I'm next to there's a +3 food tile there, which I'll use. I'll later have access to the rice, and then I can get this to back up and running. So that'll be good. I just realized I can't place my wonder here because there's a strategic resource and you can't harvest those. So it didn't have to be there. It just would have been nice aesthetically because it's, you know, surrounded by all the things it needs. But I'll find a spot for it. I always forget to save room for my seaside resorts because I'm just always building on the coast for whatever reason in my games. Right now I can't build it there, like even if I had the technology, because it's not breathtaking, and you can only put them on breathtaking coastal tiles, flat coastal tiles. So there's that. I said I was gonna harvest the cattle. That'll pop my population. Pop the pot. Yeah, so I'll get this guy hopefully going. He shouldn't go after that, but if he does, I got a slinger nearby. And the seller can go found New York. Huh. I know I didn't sound very enthusiastic that I got New York, but I just, whenever I get New York, I like it to be on the coast, just cause New York's a coastal city. Those of you that live there could probably testify to that. And no, I'm not talking about you upstate New Yorkers either. I'm talking about New York City. I feel like upstate New York doesn't get a lot of love. Like, it's just kind of there. And people just don't seem to care about them. So, for those of you upstate New Yorkers, this is coming from a fellow Ohioan who's not too far away from you guys. I think about you sometimes. Not a whole lot, but I don't really think about places outside of Ohio too much in general, so.
When you find yourself in
Great, finally got mining, so that's good. Hey, look at that, and I even got my builder there, so that should help boost masonry, and yeah, so far so good. Alright, so we do have our trader now. I'd like to probably, I'll trade with Armagh, because then I can get I get a road down there, and then when I go to attack it, I'll have a road, so my units can just get there quicker. Alright, so I'll put the production towards builders because I'll need that, and I think I'll start working on Gauge, I think is how you pronounce it, so I can get some units up and running. Because I'd like to probably attack this city before the classical era. Ultimately, that'll be a sort of revolutionary war. You can't really like revolt and make your own country in this game. That's just not how that works. Oh. Hey, we found Japan. Oh boy. He's got the Triforce. Look at that. He is a true legend over here. Where are you? Oh, you're over here. Alright. Hi there. Well, you're obviously going through some troubles because your volcano's erupting. So yeah, we found the Japanese. I keep a note of their location for later in the game, if you know what I'm talking about. Great, so as you can see there, it just disappeared, but that's fine. You probably noticed how it said the ancient era was going to end in a couple turns. We're just going to kind of ignore that. That's not really something that we need to worry about. That's just a sort of like general, like, if you look in the bottom right corner, you'll see it says 11 out of 11. So there are like world sort of like eras in the game, and there's a thing called era score, and if you don't get enough era score, it triggers like dark ages and stuff. And that's really all that the that sort of world era, whatever you want to call it, is useful for. You don't have to be in that era, like technology wise, although it's probably recommended. In the later eras, we're gonna be zooming through the tech tree, so like we'll be in the atomic era, and it'll be like 1400s AD, and it's just gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be wild. All right, so we got our tobacco up and running, so that's good. That's our cash crop. I'm gonna go ahead and sell it probably to one of the AI. Declare friendship with you. Send a delegation with you. With you? That doesn't make sense. Send a delegation to you. Can we declare friendship? Oh, alright. Well, if I give you this. There you go. Yeah, you want it. I know you like those things. You like to smoke. Alright, so that's one of our goals complete. Get a cash crop and sell it to the AI. So, check that one off. Oh my goodness, look at that building. I love that building so much. Let me turn the yields off so you can see it better. There we go. Look at that! I think those are a monastery. This is making me debate if I want to take over Armagh right now or not. I think we're going to hold off, because I want to build a couple of those, because if you take over a city-state, it'll get rid of their improvements, which is pretty stinky. Even if you were suzerain and you've built a couple of them before, it'll still get rid of it when you take them over. So, new goal: take suzerainty of Armagh. So we can build a couple of those, just because I like them. They look pretty. I wish I could like build them in the Irish city, but what I might do is if I can maybe settle a city like out like over here or something. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I can settle a city like here. Take one of these tiles and build an improvement there, or that improvement there. Then I can do like a little like citizen swaps and border swaps, and then Armagh can have their monastery. So that'll be cool. I think that's what I'll do. So I'll pin real quick. I'll be back. All right. So I got my tax down. This is a pretty good spot. I'll turn my yields back on. That's a really nice dye tile. 1 food, 3 production, and 1 faith. Probably because it's just a beautiful tile. Actually, is it? No, that's an uninviting tile. So that's just a natural faith that comes with dye. So stop it. All right. So yeah, that's a pretty good city. Just aqueduct to the mountains, so I have fresh water, which equals more housing, and yeah, that'll be good. You have to place your cities at least 3 tiles away from another city, just so they're not too crammed close together and all that. So, because then what I can do is I can get that improvement up and running, and then I can like swap you can swap tiles with another city, as you probably saw when I did it up here with that deer tile. Yeah, I just want the Irish city to look Irish, you know. All right, so I guess I'll go ahead and use my warriors and all that to get rid of that barbarian encampment up here, because it's really annoying. It hasn't done a whole lot of damage, but it's just there, and it bugs me. And their units are making me nervous. So, ooh, that's a pretty good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna buy that cattle tile, and we're gonna harvest it. Actually, never mind. We're gonna save this. We are going to be saving this right here for one of those seaside resorts. So we'll probably just replace the farm then, which stinks because I just spent a builder to build it, you know. But I need a campus up and running. I need to get those. I don't want to fall. So I am playing in. Actually, I'll just place it down. I am playing on King difficulty, which is lower than what I normally play on. But since I'm not playing a very serious game, and I'm not going to be like making all the best moves like on purpose, because you know, fighting wars overseas for no apparent reason, like that's not going to help me win, right? But it's part of how America plays in real life. So yeah, I want the difficulty to be down just a little bit, just for when I do silly stuff like that. It's not like brutal or anything. I also don't want the AI to be like too overpowered, because then it's like, you know, if I want to expand out west, right, it's like if the AI is like already in the industrial era and I'm sitting here like I just figured out what a sword is, like that's not gonna help, right? So I want it to be like fair. And that's one of the things I kind of wish that the Civ team's listening to this ever. I I kind of wish that they scale difficulty differently than how it is now. Because the way difficulty scales in this game is the AI just gets a bunch of like cheats, right? Like they start off with like 3 settlers and like 5 builders or something weird, right? And it's like they just become super overpowered really quickly. And that's what makes it hard, instead of the AI just simply being more aggressive, just playing better, like stuff like that, you know. But I understand why I understand that could be like difficult to program, right? Like I am in no means am I doubting the abilities of the Civ team to program and make a game, but that is still no easy task. So the AI has definitely gotten better though. It used to be really bad, but it's not too bad. I am just getting a ton of era scores. So we are in the next era, world era at least. So we are in the classical era by the world's definition, but we still haven't quite gotten to that point in our own history. So it's not too bad. We'll probably just go with free inquiry because, you know, why not? And yeah, I wonder if I should just build a few encampments, because I am going to go war heavy, probably medieval era. That'll probably be the like the Manifest Destiny game, but I think for right now there's not a whole lot left we can do, so I think we'll just start wrapping this video up. So we did, I think it was just settle on the coast, which we did. We got 2 coastal cities. We didn't get super big, but that's just because we were kind of blocked by that city-state there. That just kind of messed up my settling patterns. I could have expanded out west, but I'm kind of saving that for later. So I think we did fine. We got a couple cities up and running. We did get a cash crop, and we did sell it to the AI. And I would have loved to do some kind of revolutionary war, but you can't really revolt against anybody, as I've mentioned several times now. So I think at this point of the game, I'll just start wrapping it up. I think I do want to get a holy site, but I want to save this tile right here for Seaside Resort later in the game. So I think what I'll do is I'll just slap it here, because I do want to get my religion up and running as soon as possible. I'll also appoint Magnus in the city of Washington, because he'll help with like the whole settler thing, because he has an ability where like settlers trained in the city don't consume population, and that'll be extremely useful for when we go full just expansionist and we try to go from sea to shining sea. Alright, so at this point of the game, I'm basically just waiting to get to the next era so we can begin our next episode. So, we're probably like a lot of cuts and just getting to the next era. So, I'll come back if anything interesting happens, but until then, that's just kind of the plan. Oh, there's something interesting. Got a nice farm tile. So one thing that I am thinking about is I kind of want to make sure that when I'm getting these cities kind of up and running, I want to sort of divide them in a way so that like the north is very like productive and stuff, and the south is very agricultural and whatnot. And hopefully I can have some loyalty problems for a civil war, because you know, as much as I hate to, you know, have needless bloodshed, that's historical, and I think that'll be fun for you guys to watch. Oh boy, we found the Soviets. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So we did just find Russia. They're all the way down here though. It's a little sad that they're not on a foreign continent. I mean, technically it's considered a foreign continent, but like whatever. It's still in the same large landmass that we're on. I'm not quite sure yet what we're gonna do for the classical era, because that's like post-Revolutionary War America, so that might just mean, actually, now that I think about it, that'll probably include the War of 1812. So that probably, we'll see if I can anger one of our fellow neighbors because if they declare war on me, that'll kind of be how that'll be set up. Oh my goodness, he built both the Great Bath and the pyramids. What on earth, dude? Look at this. I have been sleeping. What on earth? All right. So yeah, classical era. We're definitely gonna pick up the pace a little bit because I've just been kind of slacking up here, just not really doing what I would normally do. I guess for the ancient era, I should be getting more settlers, but I wanted to settle on the coast. But that's fine. That's why I turned the difficulty down, just so this didn't happen. But obviously it did. So, oh, hey, and look at that. We are now in the classical era. So just pretend that we fought off a bunch of redcoats, and the British were like bullies or something. And yeah. So that's all for this video. We did get ourselves a nice little holy site. I always like the holy site district. It's just kind of nice, you know. It's very calm. It's very peaceful. This isn't my favorite spot for it, but it's you know, it's nice. So so yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It wasn't the most like active ancient era. Quite frankly, it wasn't the greatest game or ancient era that I've played in terms of like what I did and stuff, but that's okay. I'm still kind of new at the whole like this challenge. I haven't done this before, so if you guys have any suggestions for what I should do next, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm probably gonna have the next few eras like already recorded by the time this video comes out. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are excited to see what's next. Hopefully the first few videos might not be a whole, like this first video wasn't obviously not a whole lot of action, but definitely by the time we get into the late game, it's gonna hype up for real. I'm certainly hoping it is, but right now it's just nice colonial America. But we revolted against the British in our minds, and we declared independence from them, and now we are the great United States of America. So, well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.